Welcome to Puckett Fieldhouse on the campus of Central Methodist University, Fayette, Missouri. We have NAIA National Championship Volleyball for you. Opening round, winner moves on to the final site in Sioux City, Iowa. We've put some things up on the screen for you that you've probably already seen at least once, but we'll put it up there for you again. And we'll get something fixed there real quick. All right, there we go. The Southwestern Assemblies of God University out of Waxahachie, Texas, with a record of 26-8 on the season. They're out of the Sooner Athletic Conference, taking on the Central Methodist University Eagles from Fayette, 28-7. Runner-up in the Heart of America Conference to Park University, who's a national power. So we're about 10 minutes away from the start of this opening round final match from Fayette. Let me go ahead and show you, for those of you that are Fayette fans, Central Methodist fans, I got a little box I want to show you real quick about what's going on today with the Eagles and the Lady Eagles, so you can kind of keep track of it. We've got this volleyball game starting at 11 o'clock, final round. Football starts there. Road trip to Orange City, Iowa to take on Northwestern of Iowa. First round of the NAIA football playoffs. That starts at noon. Men's soccer opening round final today versus Rio Grande at 1 o'clock. Then women's basketball versus LSU Shreveport on the road at 1 o'clock. Women's soccer opening round final game versus Columbia College at 3:30. And then men's basketball tonight as the men take on BYU in Provo, Utah. So a full day of athletics, postseason stuff. Men's basketball team 8-0 on the season. Women's basketball team 5-0 on the season, ranked 11th in the nation. Football team in the top 20. They're at 18 in the nation. Men's soccer team number 1 in the nation. Women's soccer team number 5 in the nation. So that's what goes on today. We'll try and keep track of what we can as we go along. The only thing that'll be happening while this is going on will be the start of the football game from Iowa. Let's look at some season-long stats for both of these teams so you can see how they stack up against each other. Hitting percentage for Southwestern. They're hitting .218 on the season. Central Methodist .254. Assists, 1,500 for Southwest Assemblies of God. 1,597. Central Methodist has played one more game. Kills, 1,581 versus 1,711 for the Eagles. The Lions, 244 in blocks. The Eagles at 299. Aces go the way of the Lions, 216 on the season. Service aces, 184. And then in the digs category, the Lions have dug 2,203 out, and the Eagles have dug 1,997. So overall, pretty evenly matched. A little better hitting percentage, a little better kills by the Eagles. Better service and digs on the Lions side. So all in all, looks like it might be a very good contest. The winner will go to Sioux City, Iowa next week to play up there. Central Methodist people, football teams in Orange City, Iowa. The women's soccer team, men's soccer team are playing about 30 miles from here in Columbia, Missouri. Women's basketball is in Alabama. They won last night by 6 over a 10-0 Rush team. So they're playing this afternoon. And then the men again are in Utah tonight to take on the BYU Cougars. So big exposure for the men as they're getting a chance to get out and play with the big boys, and I mean that literally and figuratively in BYU, because BYU just knocked off Oregon the other day by 31, and Oregon was the number 11 team in the nation, and they beat them at Oregon by 31. So we'll get our scoreboard put up on the screen, so you'll be able to see what we've got going on. I will show you. We still have 6+ minutes to go, so I will show you the we have 2 cameras going today. We have one that will pan the court. That one that you see right there will go back and forth and keep up with the action. And then when something happens around the net, we've got that one to show you, as well as replays to show you of all those things. So we hope that you enjoy the broadcast. My name is Charlie Brown. I'll bring you the play-by-play. I've got Quentin Norris here with me, who's my spotter and dialectician here, as he will tell me names and things and stuff that I don't know, as he covers the Eagles volleyball team on a regular basis. He knows all the players by name, so he's going to help out with all of that. We hope that we don't butcher anybody's name on the Southwestern side, as that's what I'm going to call them rather than Southwestern Assemblies of God each time we mention something. So we're just under 6 to go. Looks like it's the Lady Eagles' turn to warm up. They're in the right-hand court. So we'll switch camera back so you can see the whole court of what's going on as the Lions head to the locker room for a quick break. Again, they're out of the Sooner Athletic Conference. They finished 3rd in their conference, got an automatic berth by finishing in that spot in their conference. Lady Eagles finished 2nd in the Heart to Park. So we're expecting good things. We're going to go ahead and we got about 5+ minutes to go. We're going to go ahead and take a break, run a couple of Central Methodist ads for you, and then we'll be back with starting lineups, we hope, and all that goes on. And we'll probably run this and come back right after this on the Eagle Sports Network. We are back at Central Methodist University Puckett Fieldhouse, Fayette, Missouri, talking to some folks from Southwestern down in the stands today, and they are enjoying themselves, and I told them that they're very fortunate because it's about 45, 50 degrees in savvy as some to be able to set up 5 or 6 cameras. We can. I don't have 5 or 6 people, and I don't have a producer and other things to do as well. So, Gary Lenhart has started tucking. So we're going to lest you hear him.
Central Methodist University. At this time, we would ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for a prayer to be followed by the playing of our national anthem. Almighty God, You have created us to strive for our best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you today in all we do on and off the court, and make us witnesses to your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Texas, the Southwestern Assemblies of God Lions. At center, a sophomore, 5 foot 8 inches tall, number 3, Riley Burkham. Outside hitter, a 6 foot junior, number 4, Alexis Miller. A sophomore outside hitter, 5 foot 9 inches tall, number 5, Ava Myers. An opposite hitter, a 5'11 freshman, number 6, Abby Wells. Libero, a 5 foot 9 inch sophomore, number 10, Tessa Glick. Middle hitter, a 6 foot 1 inch sophomore, number 11, Emma Tompkins. And a middle hitter, a 5 foot 10 inch junior, number 18, Jetsy Akers. And for Southwest Assemblies of God, their NAIA Champion of Character nominee, number 11, Emma Tompkins. Lions are led by head coach Hank Moore. And now, let's meet the starters for the host team, the Eagles of Central Methodist University. A 5 foot 11 freshman, outside hitter, number 4, Annabelle Musson. Middle hitter, a 5 foot 11 inch freshman from Buffalo, Missouri, number 5, Delaney Miller. Center, a 5 foot 9 inch freshman from Heckeren, Belgium, number 7, Ken Schaefer. Libero, a 5 foot 4 inch sophomore from Jefferson City, Missouri, number 8, Crystal Brunner. Outside hitter, a 5 foot 11 inch junior from Los Angeles, California, number 10, Rebecca Neighbor. Opposite hitter, a sophomore, 6 foot tall, from Jeff City, Missouri, number 12, Callie Henson. And a middle hitter, a 5 foot 11 inch freshman from St. James, Missouri, number 19, Hannah Marcy. The Champion of Character nominee for the Central Methodist Eagles, number 6, Shay Luby. The Eagles are led by head coach Coleman Lee.
So there you have it. Starting lineups introduced. We're about ready to go. Both sides gather, circle it up. One last Yahoo before we get started. In Central Methodist, 28-7 on the year. Southwestern Assemblies of God, 26-8. 34 matches played by Southwestern, 35 34 played, 35 played by Central Methodist. So we are just about set to go in this final game of the opening round here in Fayette, Missouri. Texas versus Missouri in this championship game here. Mawson to serve. Dig. Knock back over. Set again. Outside. Nice there. Opposite. And it's out, so it's 1-0. Faith Merriquin checks in to serve as that kill landed out of bounds. Outside again. And it gets down. Callie Henson with the kill.
Substitution for the Eagles, number 19, Hannah Marcy. Now serving, number 8.
Hannah Marcy checks in. And an ace. This is Crystal Bronner with that point. Serving again. Killed on the outside by Ava Myers. We'll catch those replays as we get going here. Get acclimated to everything. Usually when I'm here, I don't have to keep any scoreboard or anything. It's already automatic, but we're going to keep one visually here. Bronner with a dig. Just over and too close to the net. And a point to Southwestern. As Ava Myers serves again. Her group up 3-2. And miscommunication makes it 4-2. Another ace. Bronner with the dig. Bump toward the net. And down the line and good. Rebecca Neighbors with that play down the line. Jordan Wolf and Gabby Avtarik check into the lineup for the Eagles. And Avtarik will serve. Pretty close to the net. Dink over. Outside. Joust at the net. Dink over. Outside hitter. Opposite hitter. Good job there. Jordan Wolf with that. Shay Luby checks in to serve. Floats it across. Getting it over and down. Abby Wells check back in. Riley Burcham to serve now. 6-4. Bronner with the bump. Just played over, outside. Wells, that's close to the net, played back, and now we'll just have to be hit over. Does. Dug in the back, short set. Nice dig in the back by Luby. Played back across. Outside, and out.
Eagles substitution, number 5, Delaney Miller. Number 2, Sydney Baszler.
Sydney Baszler. I believe it's Bosler, but that's all right. That's from my end of the world. And Delaney Miller back in. Nice block. Played back across. Free ball coming. Dink. And gonna fall. And an ace down the line. Eight-6 Eagles. Close to the net, short set. And a point for Southwestern at 8-7. Jancy Akers with that kill. Hannah Marcy back in for the Eagles. Just played across. Played back. Nice play. Dig by 10. Tessa Glick, but can't control it. 9-7.
Number 16, Avery Hayes. Number 12, Kelly Henson.
Callie Henson and Avery Hayes in, and Hayes will serve. 9-7. Big hit by Wells. Big hit. Off the hands and out. Went off, hit it off the blocker. 10-7. Hayes from Lebanon, Missouri, sophomore. Glick. Wells off the blocker.
Number 6, Abby Wells. Substitution for the Lions, number 11, Emma Tompkins entering the contest.
Emma Tompkins back in, and it will be Tessa Glick to serve at 10-8 in favor of Central Methodist. Off the block.
Delaney Miller. Substitution for the Eagles, number 10, Rebecca Neighbors. Now serving, Annabelle Lawson.
Partially blocked at the net, across. Blocked out of bounds. Timeout called by the Lions at 12-8.
Sponsors for their support of the NAIA throughout this championship season. Collegiate Awards. Collegiate Awards is proud to serve as the
I want to thank our corporate sponsors for their continued support of CMU Athletics. MFA Oil, LeBron Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, Commercial Trust Company. Those are your locals that make these broadcasts possible.
travel partner of the NAIA. Shorts Travel would like to congratulate all of the NAIA championship teams on an excellent season. Shorts Shorts Travel Management is proud to help these teams.
So we're going to get a little better acclimated with everything as we go along. 12-8 here in set number 1 in favor of the Eagles. Best of 5. The winner goes on to Sioux City, Iowa next week. Oh, I'm looking at the roster for Southwestern Assemblies of God, and they have 1, 2, 3 out-of-state players. Everybody else from Texas. Annabelle Mawson to serve again at 12-8. Dink doesn't get across. Annabelle Mawson from Jeff City here in Missouri, and she is a 5'11" freshman. And there's an ace as it's out of play. 14-8. Mawson again. Close to the net. Recovered off the blocker's hands and a point. Ava Myers with that big hit. Faith Merrick went in, and she will go back and serve for the Lady Lions. 14-9. Big hit. That doesn't take much time. There's your big hit. Close to the net again. Take it over the net by Southwestern for a point. As the setter didn't set it, just took it across. Nice outside save. Dink. Middle. Long. Played. And in between players. Rebecca Neighbors with that. Jordan Wolf back in. And Gabby Aptarik. And Aptarik will serve at 16-10 here in set number 1. Merriquin. And that's in. Alexis Mueller. Jancy Akers back in. Kaya Bach, who will serve. Down the line. Touched over. And we've got a line violation. (16-12). Bach still serving. Deep set, deep hit. Back across the net. Outside, saved off the head and just back across. Blocked.
Number 6, Shaylu, in the contest for the Lions. Number 10, Tessa Blair.
17-12. Shea Luby to serve. Deep, but dug. Back onto that side and off and out. Here's the replay of that. You can see off of the body and out of play. 18-12. We keep trying to keep up with all those replays. 18-12. Kerry Leonard getting a workout over on the PA system with everything that he needs to get read during the course of this match. Still got about 20 seconds left in this timeout. We're in set number one. Central Methodist with an 18-12 advantage over the Lions. We've been at it about 20 minutes, give or take a little bit. Shea Luby, junior outside hitter from Hillsboro, Missouri, serving for the Eagles. 18-12. Coleman Lee, the head coach for Central Methodist. Hank Moore, the head coach for Southwestern. Outside. Off the hands. Dug. Played. Spike back in the face. There's the block and it down. (19-12). Quick set, out. 20-12. Luby continues on. The Eagles opening up a little bit of a gap here. Back row, attack. Save, close to net, short set. Point to the Lions. Indicated double hit. Riley Burcham. Knuckleball across. Slammed, but out, according to the Lions person on this side. 20-14. Burcham continues on. She's a sophomore from Georgetown, Texas. Close to the net. Gets it across, but a violation at the net. 20-15. Big hit down.
Substitutions for the Eagles. Number 5, Elaine Miller. Now serving. Number 2, Sydney Baszler.
Sydney Baszler from my area of the world, St. Genevieve, Missouri. And into the net. Miss set. 22-15. Lily Hanna checks in, Corsicana, Texas. Bosler continues. Serving. Skims the net. Let but played. And off the blocker's hands and out of play. 22-16. Alexis Mailer with it. Crystal Bronner in. Libero. All-time leading digs person. Smacked. Down. And another point.
Substitutions for the Eagles, number 16, Avery Hayes. Number 12, Kelly Henson.
Callie Henson back in. Avery Hayes in, and Hayes will serve. 23-16, first set. Close to the net. Big swing by Wells. Getting it across. That was Mawson. Back into the net. Set point. Set number one. Point number one. Dug deep, close to the net, right on top of the net. And we've got reaching over the net. Point to Central Methodist, and they win set number one. Get that up so you can see there's set number one. Goes to Central Methodist. We'll get everything reset, run a quick commercial. We've got a couple of shorter ones that we'll run every once in a while, give ourselves a break. Here comes one, and you're on the NAIA, the Hart Conference Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Lily Hanna, Alexis Mueller, Riley Burcham. Tessa Glick is going to find her way in as the libero. And Crystal Bronner in as libero on the Central Methodist side. Official going through all there. Says it's okay to switch. So Lily Hanna leaves. Tessa Glick in. And Glick will serve to start set number two. Net error. Service error. 1 point for Central Methodist. Rebecca Neighbors, 5'11" junior from Los Angeles, California. Annabelle Mawson to serve. Wells, back across. Doug, back line attack. Mawson and Bronner having a conversation. Mawson ready to serve at 2-0 in favor of the Lady Eagles. A little passing problem. Attack from the back row. Bronner. Down and off. Delaney Miller off the blocker and out of play. 3-0. And that serve is an ace, just in. Lions let it go, thinking it was going to go out. It lands in.
Substitution for the Lions, number 22, Madison.
Madison Pettin checks into the lineup, number 22. From Houston, Texas, freshman. 4-0. Crawls across the net. Blocked and off of. As Miller and Henson were both there. Better pass this time. Blocked and in. That's blocked by Henson. And we'll have a timeout called at 6-0 here in set number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget if you're going to rent a car, try National Rental Car, the official rental car company, not the NAIA.
So the Eagles off to a fast start here in set number 2 after winning the first set. 25-16. They're off to a 6-0 lead here.
Shout out to Mutual Omaha Insurance Company.
We're going to run one more ad for you real quick.
Catastrophic insurance needs.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back, 6-0 Eagles, set number 2 after winning the first set 25-16. Is Mawson still serving? She's served the last 5 points. Service error to start this second set by the Lions. Mawson has served since then. Better set. Wells with a hit and good. Off the blockers of Central Methodist. Faith Merriquin back in. She will serve at 6-1 in favor of the Eagles. Deep. Big swing. Nice play on the defense. That's Pettin that saved it. Dug it. Tip over. Saved. Stays in play close to the net. Gets it over. Tip back down. And with reaching across the net are the Eagles. So 6-2. And you see the ball being thrown in back and forth after the ball. Every play, that ball is thrown out. The one that was used, wiped down, and a new one thrown in. That's close to the net as well, but nice save by the Lady Eagles. Big hit, nice save, but kill on the play. Emma Tompkins with that. We got 2 balls on the court, so we got to get rid of one of those. Merriquin serves again. Bronner dig. Outside, nice play and a kill.
Number 12, Callie Henson. Substitution for the Eagles, number 19, Hannah Marcy.
7-3. Bronner serves. Outside, blocked. Kept alive. Dink over. Save. Hit off the defender. Eight, 3. Floater. Back line. Nice save. All the way across to the net. Dump down. Back and forth it goes. Nice rally. Big hit. And it just won't crawl over the net. Got on the tape, but just wouldn't go. 9-3 in favor of the Eagles. Crystal Bronner to serve. Nice short serve. Nice save there by Neighbors. Hit the ball deep. Outside it goes again. Off a blocker and down. Ava Myers to serve at 9-4 Central. Bronner comes to get it. To the back row. Swing and a miss. As Tompkins, the set and Tompkins were not in sync that time. 10-4, Jordan Wolf back in. And Gabby Avtark, a freshman from Lodz, Poland. 5'8" freshman. Big hit. Avtark to serve again. And that one travels a little too far and is out. So a service error. Lily Hanna and Kaya Bach in, and Bach will probably go back to serve, and she does at 11-5. Middle set, blocked. As Hannah Marcy tried to do, but she was blocked at the net. 11-6. Bach had several service points in the first set. Dinked over, nice play. Back. Set outside. Off the hands and out of play.
Substitution for the Eagles, number 6, Shea Luby, entering the contest. For the Lions, number 10, Tessa Miller.
12-6. Shea Luby. Down on the ground in the service ace. Just over the front line in front of the back line. Now the back line is going to move up just a little bit so that doesn't happen again. 13-6. That comes all the way across. Set. Dink. Double hit by the Eagles. 13-7. Riley Burkham back to serve at 13-7. Oh, miscommunication. Ball was dug, but nobody came to get it, and it ends up falling for a point. 13. Scoreboard has 7. I thought that was 8. They put it up on the scoreboard now. Bronner, close to the net, recovered. Hannah Marcy with that. As you can see, set in the middle, and down it goes. 14-8. Bosler to serve. And just come right back. Come back with your own kill. Lily Hanna with that kill. 14-9. Dug deep. Bumped over. Free ball. Nice play again. That by Burkham. And there's a big hit and a kill. And a kill.
Substitutions for the Eagles. Number 12, Kelly Henson. Now serving.
Delaney Miller with that kill. Avery Hayes to serve at 15-10. Set number 2. Eagles win the first set 25-16. Wells, miss hit out of bounds. 16. Off the block and down. Any Shapers.
Number 7, Ben Shaper. Now serving. Number 10, Tessa Glick.
Tessa Glick back in, and she will serve. At 16-11 Central. Bronner. Gonna have to free it across. Top of the net off the tape. Kine this time. And a block. And down. Double block set up. Goes off of the hands, off the side and down. 16-12. Bad pass. Going to be saved. No, it will not. 17-12. Rebecca Neighbors back in. Mawson to serve. Outside block, down off the blocker again. Ava Meyer. Faith Merrick went in. She will go back to serve at 17-13 after this timeout.
Central Methodist. The NAIA would like to thank Dick Trice, the official scoring.
Again, for those of you Eagles fans, here's all the different things going on today. Got the soccer, got the volleyball game going on right now. Football kicks off at noon. Men's soccer at 1 o'clock. Women's basketball at 1 o'clock. Women's soccer at 3:30. And then men's basketball out in Provo, Utah tonight at 8 o'clock.
Check out the official video home at NAIAnetwork.com. There are over 10,000.
So 17-13 is our score.
Go to NAIAnetwork.com to watch all of the exciting championship action. 77,000 student athletes, 250 college campuses, 27.
Get everything cleared away. Again, we've got that view for you. And we've got that view for you so you can see what happens around the net. If I'm quick enough to grab it, I do. We'll go back to that one. Lady Eagles come out with a 17-13 advantage. Here come the Lady Lions out of their huddle timeout. And Faith Merriquin will continue to serve. Junior out of Anchorage, Alaska. Off the blocker and in. Crystal Bronner to serve. Nice play by Mawson. Big hit and down. Nice save there. Set. Off the blocker and down. Makes it 19-13 and a timeout call by SAGU. I believe the worldwide headquarters for the Assembly of God Church is in Springfield. And I say that because my daughter works for the Assembly of God in their financial department. So, Waxahachie, Texas. (19-13). Crystal Bronner to serve. Second set. Central Methodist won set number 1, 25-16. Bronner hits the tape. Middle set. Saved. Middle set again. Middle set right there, blocked. Hannah Marcy. Merriquin with a nice dig and off. Tip back, is going to have to get over the net. They do. Bumped, set, dink, down. Rebecca Neighbors with that, makes it 21-13. Short set. Going to have to play it from the back. Hit, and it's out. 22-13. Lions having a little problem passing right now. To get a good, clean set for their big hitters. Bronner. Just dink that one over. That's a dump, I believe, is the terminology for that. 22-14. Alexis Mueller back in the ballgame. Ava Myers to serve. And we've got a foul on the play. Linesman calls something. And it goes back. Point for SAGU. Bronner with a dig. Big hit from Neighbors. And it goes out of bounds. Jordan Wolf in. 6-foot senior from Camdenton. Along with Gabby Avtarik. 23-15. First set was 25-16. There's a service error. Samantha Rico in for the Lions. Lily Hanna back in. Kaya Bach. And she'll go serve. That's been she's come in for previous times, and she scored some points from the service line. 23-15 is what the scoreboard says, but I thought it was 23-16. Close to the net. And a reach over and a point.
Substitution number 6, Shea Luby into the contest.
Shea Luby will come in. And she'll go serve for set number 2. This is the first set point of set number 2. As the Eagles have 8 set points here Big hit, block. Recovered. Wolf with another big hit, back across. She's going to get another shot at it, and she gets it. And that'll be set number 2. So set number 2 goes to the Eagles. So you'll see what's happened in the first 2 sets, 25-16, 25-16. Eagles with a 2-0 lead in this match.
The NAIA provides exclusive opportunities for over 77,000 student athletes to achieve academically while competing for the love of the game.
So with that, we'll take a quick break as well. Be back in 30 with some set 2 stats right after this.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back at Puckett Fieldhouse. Look at some quick stats, give you some information. Hitting percentage in that set for SAGU was .020. 340 in that set for the Lady Eagles. 26 kills altogether to 18 kills. 17 errors by the Lions to only 8 errors for the Eagles. So that's a big part of that. Eagles hit 330 in the first set, hit 340 now total for the 2 sets. That's where we stand. We'll get that cleared off. Get your scoreboard put back up as we get ready for set number 3 with the Eagles having a 2-0 lead in sets. Lions need to get it together and get going. They're down 2-0 in this best of 5. Eagles win one of the next 3. They will advance and move on to Sioux City, Iowa. We wait for the officials to get everybody to go, and floor official says, I think we're all good. Central will serve to start. Annabelle Mawson will serve to start set number 3. We're underway. Dink. Outside. Smack back. Hit and block back. And Southwestern Assemblies of God with a 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Short set. Played deep. Short. Bounce back. Back towards the net. Big dig there by Neighbors. Bumped across deep. Tried to dump it. As Henson just plays it across. Blocked back down. Blocked and back down. Evens us up at 1 here in set number 3. Anna Marcy back in. Crystal Bronner to serve. Opposite and a point. Mueller to serve. Back at the net. Attack by Mueller is good. Off the blocker. And out. 3-1. This is about the biggest lead that I think Southwest. Yep. Quentin tells me since 6-4 in the first set. There's a break. And that's off the blocker. Callie Henson hit it across. It came right back over. She lined it back up again. Hit it off the blocker and down. 3-2. Marina Alonso, 5'7" junior from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And a big hit. Alexis Mueller with that.
Substitutions, number 15, Lily Hanna, number 17, Crystal Warner in the contest for the Eagles.
4-2. Kaya Bach to serve. Floater. Outside, off the blocker. Played across. Braun bumps it to the front. Rebecca Neighbors with a big hit and point. Tessa Glick back in. Shea Luby in to serve. Jordan Wolf back in as well. Merriquin gets it across, hits the tape, and finds a way down to the floor. Hit the top of the net, changed direction, and went to where there were no Lady Eagles on the floor. Riley Burcham to serve. 5-3. Bronner. That's going to be out. Miss hit by Mawson. 6-3. Burcham to continue to serve. Outside, Dink, handled. Wells does the same thing coming back the other way. Dug out. And again, nice defensive play by the Lions. They continue to get it across. Bronner outside. Wolf down. Wolf with the big hit there. Sydney Bosler in. 5'4" senior from St. Genevieve, Missouri, oldest town west of the Mississippi. And there's a receiving error. 6'5". Announcer pronounces it as Baszler. I'm from St. Genevieve, and most of the people that spell their name that way down there say Bosler. I could be wrong. Into the net. 7-5 in favor of the Lions. Anna Marcy checks back in. Crystal Bronner back as well. Madison Pettin just gets it across the net. Bump deep. Bronner into the middle. Outside. Opposite. Blocked and down. Myers with the block. 8-5. I got to be quicker with my trigger finger to get that replay. Too close to the net. And a violation. 9-5. Now their biggest lead of the afternoon, as we're now into the afternoon of the match. How's that? Middle set. Bronner digs it again. Wolf on the outside. And that's going to be dug and hit back across on a nice rally. Good play by the Lions. Blocked and out. There's Annabelle Mawson with that big hit. Blocked and goes out of bounds. Callie Henson back in. Avery Hayes to serve. 9-6 in favor of the Lions. Wells, and it's good. Abby Wells, 5'11", freshman out of Keller, Texas. Tessa Glick, sophomore, 5'9", Fort Worth, Texas. And another miscue passing. Jenna Nicholson into the lineup for the Eagles. And I believe this maybe her first appearance. Freshman from Pacific, Missouri. And that's serve sails long and out. Nicholson was in for defense. She now goes back out. Rebecca Neighbors comes back in the attacking spot. Callie Henson opposite. Dink it across. They go opposite to Henson, and she hits it hard, and it's going to go out. Mawson. Wells on the line and good. She checks out now. Faith Merrickman checks in to serve. 12-8, set number 3. Eagles lead 2-0. Nice save. Rally continues. Bump deep. Opposite. Dug again. And a miss hit on the outside. Madison Pettin with a nice dig for the Lions to keep that rally going. Hannah Marcy back in. Crystal Bronner serves. And a big hit from the outside by Ava Myers. Myers to serve. Bronner. Going to have to be played across. Almost enough. Hit deep. Reset. Alexis Mealy with that big serve right there, and a timeout called. 14-9 is our score here in set number 3.
Respect is one of 5 championship character respect on and off the playing field.
We're going to take a quick break as well.
And giving 100% of the time. Learn more about how
We'll be back right after this.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back. 14-9 is the score in set number 3. Eagles won the first 2 sets. Identical scores of 25-16, 25-16. Lions up 14-9. Quentin tells me that the Eagle football team is down in the first few minutes of their ball game against Northwestern of Iowa. Northwestern of Iowa is the leading scorer in the NAIA this year, and they're up 7-0 early in that ball game. Myers to serve again. Bronner. Quick set. Blocked. See that real quickly. Blocked and down. 15-9. Miss hit there, and that'll cost them a point. 16-9. Faced with elimination, Lions storming back to a big lead here in set number 3. Off the top of the net, Bronner outside, blocked, knocked across the net by Henson. Up in the air, blocked at the net. Henson again. This time it's tipped and knocked back and down. 17-9. Passing not so good in this set for the Lady Eagles. Lions a lot more aggressive in their play, facing elimination. Double hit call. 18-9. Henson. That one's blocked and down. That's a big play for the Lady Eagles. They needed to stop that run. Mariana Alonso to serve at 18-10 in favor of the Lions. There's a service ace, makes it 18-11. As Alonso will continue. Blocked. Hit again. Gives across the net and goes out. 18-12. Alonso to keep serving. Doug at the net. Just dumped over. Briley Burkham gets it across the net and down. Lily Hanna checks in. 6-foot freshman out of Corsicana, Texas. Kaya Bach, 5'7" sophomore from San Antonio to serve. Wolf. It's down and good. Jenna Nicholson, 5'4" freshman out of Pacific, checks in, and she's going to serve at deficit 19-13 lefty. Middle. Off the block and down. Alexis Mailer with that. Abby Wells back in. Riley Burcham to serve. That one crawls across the top of the net. I'll show you that one again. Comes across. Set to the outside. She hits. Tries to cut it. Goes across the net and finds its way to the court. 20-14. Baszler serves just on the sideline. Just in. Blocked and down. Osler again, deep. And down by Mailer. Mailer with that kill. She leaves. Madison Pettin checks in, 5'3" freshman from Houston, Texas. She serves. And there's a big hit by Mawson. 21-16. Avery Hayes in the serve. 5-point deficit for the Eagles. Wells across the net. Hits the tape and falls in. 22-16. Yen Shaper's back in for the Eagles. Tessa Glick to serve. Top of the net. Disrupts things a little bit. Big hit down. Delaney Miller, you'll see her come in and hit it down. Annabelle Mawson, 22-17. Set number 3. Eagles up 2 sets zip. Floats it deep, close to the net. Middle. Deflected off. Rally continues as Neighbors hit it, and that's out. 22-18, and I think we're going to get a timeout called by the Lions. Again, they're coached by Hank Moore. Head coach for the Eagles is Coleman Lee.
As one of the 5 champions of character core values, it is embracing opportunities to contribute. You can demonstrate responsibility on and off the playing field by proving that others can depend on you. Learn more about how champions
So give you a look at how we've gotten to this point so far. 25-16, 25-16, and the Lions with a 22-18 advantage here in the third set. In this national championship opening round, and this is the final game of this pod. So the winner moves on. And the loser finishes up a good season with a big winning record. Southwestern Assemblies of God 26-8 coming into this. Central Methodist 28-7 coming into this.
8-19 goes, so 7-0 Northwestern.
Quentin tells me with a little over 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, still 7-0 Northwestern over the Central Methodist football team up in Iowa. Annabelle Masson to serve. 18-22 is the score. A little bit long and out as they let it go. 23-18. Faith Marquin checks in to serve. Dink over. Delaney Miller with a little dink. Crystal Bronner serving at 19-23. Mariquin. Big hit on the outside. Ava Myers with that kill. Alexis Mueller back in. And first set point of set number 3. Myers to serve. Miss hit there. Neighbors hits it across, hit right back at her. Now she's going to get a swing at it. It's hit and out of bounds. Off the block. Alonso checks in to serve. Jordan Wolf back in. Set point number 2 for the Lions. Good pass. Nice dig by Bronner. Neighbors outside. Dug by Mariquin. In the middle. Dug again by Bronner. That's why she's the all-time leader here. Wolf with it down the line and good. Back to live. Just dink it over. Set coming. Wolf on the outside. She tries to dink it. Tried to dump it over there. Big hit by Mueller. And a bigger hit by Wolf. Set point number 4 on the way. And a timeout called. 24-22 Lions as they're trying to win this third set.
Core values is bringing your best to every competition. You can demonstrate sportsmanship on and off the playing field by respecting the rules and reacting correctly.
First 2 sets, 25-16 each. Identical scores. 24-22 right now for the Lions here in set number 3. Trying to make it 2 sets to 1 and force set number 4. Lady Eagles trying to rally from being down, I think it was like 22 to 18. They've got it back to 24-22 now. Coach Lee talking to his group over there. Coach Moore talking to his group. Again at 1 o'clock today. Football's going on right now, so you can go over and watch that when we're done, when you're done here. Football going on, and then men's soccer at 1 o'clock against Rio Grande University for a spot in the final site. The fans that made the trip up from Texas cheering on their Lions right now. Alonso to serve. Eagles trail 22-24. Mariquin in the middle, and that will be set number 3. Will go. Emma Tompkins with the hit. 1 first set for the Lions. It's 2 sets to 1 now. As we get ready to go, we'll go to set number 4. Right after this, we'll let you watch part of the long ad, and then we'll be back for set number 4.
Lions substitution. Number 11, Emma Tompkins. Now serving, Tessa Glick.
Outside, Henson back in her face. Like Ava Myers with that. Played across. Good rally on both sides. Henson just plays a cut shot across. Dink. Wells. And that will go out of play. Abby Wells, 5'11" freshman from Keller, Texas. Playing large right now. 3-1. Lions. Bronner. Henson. Back into and down. Blocked back down and inbounds. Hannah Marcy back in. Crystal Bronner to serve at 2-3. Wells across, but into open spot, and a point for SAGU. Faith Mariquin back in to serve. Doug. Neighbors from deep. And there's going to be a net violation. And Riley Burcham was in the net. Jordan Wolf back in. Neighbors and Wolf be the hitters on the front line. Nice dive and save there of Tonic, but then hit out. And 5-3 is the score. Lions battle back. They were down 2-0. Now they're down 2-1, and they've got the lead in set number 4. And they've made some adjustments, and their defense is getting into the spots that were open earlier on. And there's another block right up front by the Lions. Sydney Healy gets ready to check in. 5'8" freshman from Staley, Missouri. Ava Myers serving again. Marcy tried to dink it over, knocked right back at her. Save. That was Healy with a hit, but nicely played. From behind. And a violation. And it's 7-3. The momentum has changed, folks. It is now all on the blue side of the floor. 7-3. Myers to continue to serve. Healy. Hit. Blocked at the net by Mueller. Where Central was getting a lot of kills early on. Not so much lately. They're mostly being blocked. Central Methodist had 12 kills in the first set, 14 in the second set, and then 12 in the third set. So the tide is turned a little bit here at Puckett Fieldhouse, as the Lions have figured out defensively some things. And the Lady Eagles are not getting the kills that they were getting earlier. Out of Miller, Neighbors, and Henson, as the Lions have figured out the blocking scheme much better and where to set for the kill on the outside. Their fans are hooping it up. Myers to serve again at 8-3. Healy with the dig. There's Marcy. There's a big hit. Blocked at the net by Wolf. And another big hit. And it's 9-3. As Myers continues to serve. Healy dug by Marquin. Backline hit. Wolf, dink, and it's down. Jordan Wolf with that.
In the contest for the Eagles, number 5, Jenna Nicholson.
9-4. Set 4. Eagles up 2-1. And a dump across. And good. 10-4. Bach checks in. She'll go serve. As the momentum has shifted squarely onto the Lions side of the floor. Jordan Wolf off of a block. Dug out by Bach. Swing and it goes out. Kill error. Makes it 10-5. Delaney Miller back in. Sydney Baszler to serve. Marquin close to the net. Joust and ends up going the Lions' direction. Abby Wells back in. She's been a difference in the last couple of sets. Riley Burcham to serve. Miller blocked, dumped over, played. Wells, big hit, and in. She hit it off the net, and it landed just in. And it's 12-5. And the Eagles cannot stem this tide so far. Started early in set number 3. Continued through that one into this one. Wolf, there's the winner. She will check out. Alonso will check in and serve as Kelly Henson all chose checks in at 12-6.
Number 22, Madison Petton.
13-6. Madison Petton in to serve. Dink and good by Mawson. Sydney Healy back in. Jenna Nicholson out. Mawson to serve at 13-7 in favor of the Lions here in set number 4. Healy. Oh, and a miscommunication there. Middle hitter thought it was going to be passed short to her, and then she thought not and let it go, and it comes up short to the outside hitter. 13-8. See if Mawson can go on a little bit of a scoring run here for the Eagles. Doug. Wells with a bullet. Played back across. Set to her again. She hits another bullet, and that one's good. Wells is pounding it right now for the Lions. Nice effort, but it didn't work. Tried to dink it across, got knocked back onto the Eagle side, and then went sideways and too far. And it's 15-8. Short set. Outside on this side, Wells drills it. It's off the backboard, but playable. And a big hit. 16-8. Abby Mueller. As Mueller, Myers, and Wells with kills up front. Healy cross court. And a touch into the corner by Henson. Miller goes out. Marcy back in. Bronner to serve. Wells blocked. Sydney Healy with the block. Outside. Might have just really gone off the net. But 16-10. Bumped across, almost into open territory. Bronner with a nice save. Going to be set for another whack, and that one's going to be out. Nice rally. Both sides. Lions kept pounding it. Eagles kept digging it. Bronner serves on at 16-11. Maybe that's a turning point. Wells blocked. And we'll have a timeout. Healy with that block as you see it. 16-12. Timeout called. Lady Eagles on a little bit of a run. Lady Lions regrouping over on their side. Hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far, no matter which side you are on. For those of you Eagles fans, we'll be back here at Puckett Fieldhouse next Saturday night when the women play Midland. Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock, I believe, is that game time. That's our next broadcast on the Eagles Sports Network. We'll have Soccer action for you from Columbia. Men at 1 o'clock, women at 3:30 as they try to punch tickets and move on in the NAIA National Tournament.
13-18 goes 7-7 tie.
Quentin says second period, second quarter, 13 minutes and something to go, and it's tied up on the football game. Little dink across. There's another one blocked on that side and back down. Sydney Healy has interjected some energy into this Eagles side of the court with her entry into this. Again, she is a freshman from Staley, Missouri. Bronner, deep serve. Wells hit the top of the net. Dink across. Going to go back to Wells again. No, they go outside to Myers. Knock back across. Where are they going to go this time? Back to Myers. Tipped. Bronner with a dig. And a little drop right there. And they say it's saved. Nice pancake there. And that was not going to be saved. Callie Henson. Quentin tells me that's a 6-0 run for the Eagles to get back into this at 16-14. They trail, but they were down 16-8 not long ago. Close to the net. Big hit, and that's Emma Tompkins. Faith Mariquin back in. She will go back and serve at 17-14. Her side ahead in this set, trailing 2-1 in the match. Neighbors with that hit, let you see that. Set cross court and in. Tarek to serve. Mariquin. Bumped across. Back again. Healy down and good. Again, she has interjected a lot of energy into this. And it's back 17-16, the closest the Eagles have been since 2-1. Outside, big hit, blocked by Wolf. And that ties it up, and now the momentum has swung back on the green side of the floor. Up Tarek to serve again. And the Eagles have the lead at 18-17. First lead. And a timeout called. 18-17. Lady Eagles on a run. Quentin says that it was 1-0 Lady Eagles in the third set.
Yeah.
So, fourth set. So at 1-0 they had a lead. Now they have a lead at 18-17. And if Quentin's math is right, the Lady Eagles are on a 10-1 run right now. They were down 16-8. And now it's 18-17 as they look to finish this off. Another set, a win here would give them the match and move them along. Lady Eagles still in there. Got 15 seconds left on the timeout clock. And we've Gabby Avtarek, 5'8" freshman from Lodz, Poland, to continue serving. Sub coming in as Samantha Rico checks out. And Faith Mariquin checks in. Flick with the dig. Bronner gets her side in it. Tipped across. Saved again. Bronner across. Wolf plays it deep. Mariquin blocked at the net high, but in play still. Wolf, big swing. Right to Pettin. Tried to dink it across, didn't go. Outside it goes, blocked, rolls the net and goes out. And it's tied. Quite a point there as that it rolled the net all the way to out of bounds. Landed outside. Ava Myers tied at 18. Healy. And that's Mueller. Hits it off the blockers and down. Gives the lead back to the Lions at 19-18. So that timeout was a good timeout by Coach Moore. Run off 2 points in a row. Marcy with the kill. Tied at 19. Shea Luby to serve. Joust at the net. Point to the Lady Eagles. They're up 20-19. 5 points away from moving on. Shea Luby had quite a bit of serving points in sets 1 and 2. First we've seen of her for a while. See if she can run this out. From the back set. Out. 21-19. Luby to continue. Mariquin, short set. Now the blocks are coming the Eagles' way. Wolf with a dink over. Just out. 21-20. Bach in to serve. She's had points, service points in this. Delaney Miller with a cross-court cut shot. Sydney Baszler at 22-20 Eagles. Outside and down. Alexis Mueller with that. Abby Wells back in. Dink across and Wells is down. She may have got her ankle stepped on, and she's in pain. So while they tend to her, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. We don't need to show all of that, so we'll take that and be back.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
So we're back. Abby Wells still down at midcourt in quite a bit of pain. Looks like ankle shin area of some sort. Don't know if she got kicked under the net. She landed on somebody's foot. Conjecture won't help things here. So we've got a break in the action, tied at 22. Eagles won the first two sets, 25-16. Lions won set 3, 25-22. She goes off limping on her right side. And that's a big loss because she has provided a lot of power at the net. So tied at 22, she goes off. And number 9, Ashlyn Hill, 6'2" freshman from Corpus Christi. Checks in. Burcham to serve. The dink again, and it doesn't get over the net. Delaney Miller, as Wolf did a little dink over instead of a kill, and it ends up rolling back down. 23-22, and Marina Alonso in to serve. Outside, tipped at the net. That was Mueller. Almost a miss-hit. Joust. We're going to have a conference as the ball went up and hit a ceiling tile. And I think we're going to be, the original call was going to be a do-over. And now the officials are going to talk about it. Looking at the scoreboard, I think it's going to be a do-over. Coach Lee says they were the first ones to touch it after it hit the ceiling, but Alonso almost mistimed her jump there. Quick set and down. Lily Hanna with that. Madison Pettin checks in, and she will serve, tied at 23. Across, outside, blocked, and down, and it is match point coming up for the Lady Eagles right now. First match point for the Lady Eagles, and Annabelle Mossend who serve. Sydney Healy into the lineup for the Lady Eagles. Lady Eagle fans stand and cheer. Nice save. Played back across, but out, and we're tied. We're going to go to bonus coverage. We're in a little overtime now. Win by 2. Emma Tompkins checks back in. 6'1" sophomore from Hempstead, Texas. Tessa Glick to serve. Healy. Bronner. Across the net. Outside. Hit deep. Bronner digs it. Healy. And it's out. Set point number 1 for the Lions with Glick to do it. 25-24 and a timeout called. Central Methodist takes the timeout at 25-24. Got off to a big start. Lady Eagles out to 25-16 first set and second set scores. They're up 2-0. Lions come back, win set 3, 25-22, and they have a set point here at 25-24. Would force a set 5. Yeah, men's soccer will be starting over in Columbia at Battle High School in about 2 minutes. Football team should be closing in on halftime of their ball game up in Iowa. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, tied at 7. So the Eagle defense has figured out a way to slow down Northwestern. Can the Eagles volleyball team figure out a way to get 3 points in a row and win this fourth set and the match? Glick to serve for the set. Outside. Henson back across. Nice set coming up here. Quick set. Continue to dig. Continue to rally. Henson on the outside. Ties it at 25. Next point won't win it. But we'll get whoever gets the next point that 1 point closer to a victory in this set. Crystal Bronner to serve. Outside. Bronner digs it. Henson again tries to flip it to the corner and gets it to go. And now match point number 2. Bronner, Eagle fans rise. Serve. Across. Outside. Big hit. Alexis Mueller sends it back to a tie score. Mariquin back in, and she will serve, tied at 26. Probably a break there for the Eagles. As a Lion player reached across the net. I don't know if it would have got across or not. And blocked at the net. Set point number 3 for the Lions. Mariquin. Outside. Healy off the side of her hands, and that will do. Set number 4 goes to the Lions. We're tied at 2 sets apiece. Central wins sets 1 and 2, 25-16, 25-16. Lions win sets 3 and 4, 25-22, 28-26. And they're flipping to see who's going to get to serve first here in the deciding set number 5. A berth in the national tournament on the line. All right, checking with Quentin about how this works here in set number 5, and it's to 15. Got to win by 2. So no time to have a little bit of a slump as you go along here. It's come out firing from the get-go. Lady Eagles. We're hitting over 310. Now they're hitting 221. So they've not had success at the net. Early in the third set, the Lions made a couple of adjustments defensively as to where they set up. And it has paid off big time for them as the kills are not coming for the Lady Eagles like they were before. So we'll go to the fifth and deciding set from Puckett Fieldhouse. Lady Eagles looked like they were going to cruise up 2-0, and then the Lady Lions come flying back and take the next two sets, tie it, and we go to set number 5.
It's 24 seconds left, first half. Northwestern 10, Central Methodist 7.
Quentin tells me with just a few seconds left in the first half, Northwestern has a 10-7 lead over the Eagles in football. Soccer game is just kicking off over in Columbia, the men's soccer game, as they are playing Rio Grande University. But our attention right now is right here. So 0-0 as we get ready to start set number 5. Deciding set. Tied at 2. And we'll see. It looks like the Eagles won the toss and will serve. Annabelle Mawson to serve in this abbreviated 1st to 15, win by 2. Get you a trip to Sioux City, Iowa next week. Mawson. Dumped it over. Nice dive, nice play. Outside. Big hit. And that'll go out of bounds. Big hit there by Ava Myers that was blocked. So Masson back with it again. The Eagles score first, 1-0 here in Pivotal in set number 5. Off the top of the net, across, outside, Myers. Bronner dug it across the net. Myers again dinks it across. Bronner. Hit from the back row by Mawson. Blocked at the net. Everybody getting close to the net now. Cut shot across. Pretty effective. Mawson. Deep. Short set. Henson. Blocked at the net. Outside hit, blocked and down, as you can see, and Mawson to serve. 2-0, Lady Eagles. Blocked at the net again by Henson. 3-0. Callie Henson to block, Quentin tells me. Mawson. Deep. Into the net. And 4-0 on the ace. We'll have a timeout called by Southwestern Assemblies of God University at 4-0. With that, we're going to take a quick break as well. Gather everything up and get ready for the finishing part of set number 5.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
4-0 in this 5th and final set from Central Methodist University in Fayette, Missouri. Lions battle back from a 2-set deficit to tie it and force a 5th set. And that's where we are right now with Annabelle Masson serving. She served the first 4. 4-0 Lady Eagles. And she serves again. Doug, but all the way back across. Doug again. And across again. Nice play. They go back to it. A dink. And it gets down on the floor. 4-1 as they stop that run for the Lady Eagles. Ava Myers to serve.
Now serving Ava Myers.
Henson down the line and good. Callie Henson with that big hit. Delaney Miller goes out. Hannah Marcy back in. Crystal Bronner to serve, 5-1 to 15. Set short. Free ball. That was Mueller with that. Henson. Return. Mariquin. Deep. Set now for the Eagles. Outside. Big hit down the line. Played back. As that was Neighbors who hit it across. Henson down on the ground and good. Little dink across. Coach Moore unhappy with that. Said it was a 4th hit on the Eagles side, not a 3rd hit, but somebody touched it before. It was a 4th hit. 6-1 now. Bronner to continue serving. Nice serve and an ace makes it 7-1. And a timeout called by the Lions. Coach Moore wants to talk about it a little bit more, but it's beyond that point at this section of this match. 7-1 Eagles here in set number 5. And again, here's how we got here. The Eagles won the first 2 sets 25-16. Lions 25-22, 28-26, and trail 7-1. Tied at 2 sets apiece. We're in set number 5. Eagles off to a 7-1 advantage. Again, Abby Wells hurt near the end of the last set. Has had some influence on how this is played because she was a very big hitter in those first 4 sets. She had 10 kills. Close to the net. Outside, off the top of the net. And a lift. Bach checks in and she'll go serve. Kaya Bach. 7-2. Henson with a big hit, dug out, sent back across. Neighbors with a big hit. Off the top of the net and out. (7-3). Bach with the serve again. And that's into the net. Service error there. 8-3. Jordan Wolf back in. Gabby Turk back in to serve. She picked up some valuable points near the end of the last set. Eagles didn't win it, but she got back into it. And there's the service ace. Tarek with an ace there. She again, freshman from Poland. That's not Poland, Missouri. Tarek. Outside. Blocked down. See Wolf block it. 10-3. Tarek serves some more. Into the net. Service error there. Had not seen very many of those from either side today. A little bit of nerves. Riley Burcham to serve. At 4-10. Her side trailing. Bronner. Into the net. Marcy. Anna Marcy hits it into the net. Make it 10-5. You got to be careful about a run now coming back the other direction. You've got an advantage. Need to get the serve back. Do the Eagles. Lions need to keep rolling. And nobody goes to get it. It's another error. Sydney Healy back in, and it's 10-6. 2-point run going on now. Doug. Healy. Down off the block. Saved. Back outside it comes. Wolf dumps it across. And a little confusion there between the Lion players about who's going to get it, and it goes 11-6. Sydney Baszler in to serve. Got to get to 15. It's 11-6 Eagles. Outside. Big hit and off the block. And Mueller kills another one. She heads out. Madison Pettin back in. 11-7. Did they trade points? Woods just tipped it over. It got back on the other side. Hannah Marcy with the tip back over and down. 12-7. Jenna Nicholson to serve for the Eagles at 12-7. Almost decided to let it go, but didn't. So that's Myers who hit it over. Blocked at the net. And Mawson on the other side hits it into the net, makes it 12-8. Hannah Marcy back in. Jenna Nicholson out. Bronner back in for the Eagles. Tessa Glick to serve. Wolf, deep, played, outside, blocked, down. Jordan Wolf with another block. Marina Alonso at 13-8. Knuckleball. No spin on that one. From deep into the net, and championship point, number 1 for the Lady Eagles. Alonso to serve again. Just over. Outside. Nice play all the way around. Bronner dug it and then found its way across the net. Blocked at the net. 14-9. Faith Mariquin in to serve. Championship point number 2 for the Eagles. Dink, handled, quick set. Bronner can't get handle it, and a kill, 14-10. Timeout call by the Eagles. So I'm guessing it's 10-7 at the half in the football game.
I think so.
Quentin's getting ready to check on that and the soccer game if possible. So 14-10 Eagles in this deciding 5th set.
19 though in the first quarter. Cincinnati's women's basketball is leading LSU Shreveport 15-8. And then about 39 minutes in first half, 0-0 on men's soccer.
Quentin giving me updates.
10-7 Northwestern.
10-7 Northwestern Iowa at the half over the football Eagles. The Lady Eagles basketball team up 17-8 halfway through the first period against LSU Shreveport. And about 6 minutes, a couple of minutes into the soccer game, it's zip-zip. Close to the net, tipped over and into the net. Makes it 14-11. Faith Mariquin continues to serve, trying to keep her team in it. They got to score 3 more to prolong and make it go a little longer. Bronner. Henson off the net. Crawls back across. Tipped to the corner. Tipped again. Knocked over. Nice save. And a net violation called. And that is it. We'll clear it off. Overlay that on the screen so you can see it here for just a second, and we'll get it kind of out of your way so you can see the festivities out at midcourt as both sides line up for a post-game prayer. Excellent sportsmanship on both sides. 25-16, 25-16, 22-25, 26-28, and 15-11 to finish. So they cut the sound off, and both sides So the final set goes 15-11. The Lady Eagles will move on to Sioux City, Iowa next week. And another Central Methodist team on to postseason play. Football team in it already. Men's soccer playing right now. Women's soccer plays at 3:30. So final stats make their way up. We'll go through those real quick, take a look and see what kind of jumps out at us. Central Methodist 60 kills in the match. 51 kills for the Lions. The errors, 36 errors by the Lions to 27 for the Eagles. The Lions hit 100. The Eagles hit 213 for the total match. So, very good match. Eagles up 2-0 to start with. Lions come back, tie it at 2. Eagles win in set number 5, 15-11, and they will move on to Sioux City, Iowa next week. We'll have more information about that. Go check out all the other stuff going on at Central Methodist. Let me clear this off real quick, and we'll put that other stuff back up for you so you can see what else is going on today in Central Methodist land. Volleyball is over with the Eagles winning. Football's behind 10-7 at the half. Men's soccer scoreless in the first half of that game. Women's basketball, we're up 9 in the first quarter down in Alabama. Women's soccer at 3:30. Men's basketball in Utah at 8 o'clock tonight. Thanks to Quentin Norris for stats and information as we went along with this. This is Charlie Brown. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. As the Eagles, let me get it back up on my screen for you one more time. There you go. There are the final numbers as the Eagles win 3-2 and move on in the NAIA. Thanks for watching.